jack? You like the jack? Okay.
Yeah.
So, any reason why you chose the jack?
No specific reason.
Not particularly. So we're gonna sign it. You sign the jack like that.
Alright.
Sign it up.
Which way?
Doesn't matter. Sign it. Sign the face of it. Yeah, sign the face. Okay.
Show your sign card.
Show your sign card. Okay. Now, your job is to try to find the card in the deck. You ever done anything like this? You ever done any magic before?
I've done magic, not this kind of magic.
Make a finger gun.
Finger gun?
Okay? Now, no, don't just shoot it willy-nilly.
I did
Aim
it.
it.
It's practice.
Wait, I'll stand behind
Take it
you.
easy.
I don't want to get shot.
Practice.
Aim it at the deck.
Alright. I'm aiming at the
Not
deck.
so close, not so close. We don't want to
Alright,
blow
gotta
the
go
whole
far
deck
away.
away. Okay, ready?
Alright.
Aim it at the deck, get a good shot. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shoot it, bang!
Wow! Oh.
Hey! Is that your card?
That is
Ta-da! Ta-da! 1, 2, 3, shoot the deck! Whoa! It's street magic! It's street magic! Yay! Is that it? Yes. That was good. The deck, 1, 2, 3, bang! Boom! Deck, 1, 2, shoot it! Woo! Street magic! That's pretty cool. It's the boom deck. Okay, boom deck. I decided to do a review on this trick for a couple of reasons. One is I've been performing it all the way through the summer and even into the fall. In fact, that first performance was just from this past Canadian Thanksgiving. The price of this thing is a little bit on the high side, but because I happen to like this type of effect, like I like fire, flashy stuff, typical magician's kind of geeky thing. I like that kind of trick and I just went for it. And it has a little bit of fussiness to it, nothing serious, but when my performance would go well, the reactions were fantastic. In fact, a major reason I finally decided to review this was the last time I performed it, which was the first one you saw there at Canadian Thanksgiving. People who had known me doing card tricks for God knows how long said it was the best card trick they had seen me do. And the reviews, not just the reactions, but the reviews I've gotten from this simple trick are phenomenal. Often people say it's the best trick they've seen, best card trick they've ever seen. And I assume it's because two things. One, fire, boom, cards jump and flip over. Totally unexpected, very animated, very different from the regular sleight of hand. And two, they're doing it. So you're including them in many different ways. Like I had people putting their brain power on it, groups of people focusing together on it, that sort of thing. The gun always ended up being the best one because you can goof around about, oh, don't point the gun. I even used, I don't know if you noticed there, I even used a little toy gun that shoots little Nerf darts to see if that enhanced it. It didn't. So the finger gun thing is the best, but man, the reactions have just been so good that I thought, I gotta review this thing because with the price being on the high side, I don't think a lot of people went for it. And I actually think it was worth it price-wise because it's built really quite well. Now, even though it's built quite well, there's a bit of a wearing element to it, but you can buy more of them. I would say every 10 times, maybe, yeah, I would say every 10 or 15 times. You could probably do 15 or 20, but every 10 times or so, I like to switch it. And that's just a thing that you can buy more of from the dealer or make yourself. I've only switched it a couple of times now, but to get a really good effect, to get the cards really jumping, first of all, you want to decide on the number of cards and the situation that you're in, and make sure that part of the gimmick is relatively new. It does wear a little over time, which is not a huge deal, because if you have the right surface and you reduce the cards on top of the chosen card by 1 or 2, it plays just as well. So, but part of the gimmick does need to be replaced. It's not expensive, and it's a bit fussy to build yourself. So I suggest ordering a bunch of them. They're cheap, so you can just replace it at will if it's something that you end up wanting to perform a lot. So you do get 2. You can do this in red bicycle or blue bicycle. So use the red bicycle and the blue bicycle until they're near needing to be replaced, and you'll know by then whether or not it's a trick that you're going to want to perform all the time. And I'm pretty sure when you see the reactions, you're going to want to perform it all the time. Obviously, it requires a bit of a deck switch, which when you're signing a card, doesn't seem to matter. I was using Cold Case by Gregory Wilson to do a very slick out in the open deck switch, but it just meant one more thing to carry with me, and I found you don't need to bother. You do, since you're already carrying a second deck that you have to do a deck switch with, and I don't think I'm giving anything away saying that. In fact, I think when you see the advertisements of this, they show you fairly openly what it's all about. But because you're already carrying an extra deck, I wouldn't even bother with anything to do the deck switch. The fact that you're having the card signed and you're doing the whole gun routine is enough distraction that when you do bring the deck back in to put their card in and then set it down, it's so nothing, it doesn't matter. And it's built well, so it's easy to carry. Yeah, that's why I think it's worth the price. I mean, it's remote control. It's never failed on me. It's fairly basic. It's easy to set up. I mean, you could fairly quickly set it up. I'm trying to think now. I probably should have timed it, but I mean, like, setting it up to do it again. And of course, they can pick a different card every time. They can keep their card afterward if they want. But setting it up again is fairly quick. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of positives. Now, here's the other reason why I wanted to do a review. I almost forgot. I should probably write this stuff down. I don't do a lot of reviews, but I think this deserved it. The amount of cards on top of the card that shoots up I like about 6. And I use DBers so that the only card that flips over is their card, if you know what I'm saying. So I took 6 DBers and put them with the deck. I think that's the way to go, since you're doing a switch anyway. And you want to be on a hard surface. I actually noticed that when you went on more of a soft surface, it made a difference. It actually affected, so because the deck explodes fairly violently, it actually moves, and you want that momentum to shoot the cards straight up. So I noticed when I put it on hard surfaces like the ground or a typical hard table or a countertop, the cards flew the most. So yeah, you want it on a fairly hard surface. You don't want it on carpet. You don't want it on a close-up mat. I had it on patio tables that were more of kind of a mesh top, and that seemed to absorb some of the bang. So a hard surface is the way you want to go with this. And DBers, am I forgetting anything? No, that's about it. I mean, the only pain I found is that if the deck isn't perfectly flat and the deck isn't perfectly square, sometimes when the cards fly up, their card doesn't turn over, and you have to fish it out, which is not good. You want their card, obviously, to turn over. So you want the deck perfectly square when you set it down on the table, not sliding either way. And you don't want a bunch of wind. You don't want to do this outside where there's wind. It does work outside. The best place to do it is to put it right down on the ground or inside. So yeah, that's it. I highly recommend the Boom Deck. If anybody gets it, and they're thinking that it's going to be like me, they perform it all the time, it's a normal go-to, it's really becomes part of the repertoire, but they find it a bit finicky, don't be shy to reach out to me, because it's probably something I forgot here about the handling or nuances that I could help you with. So don't be shy to reach out to me, and that's it for now. Talk to you soon.